Okay, so today I'm gonna be solving previous daily Leetcode question, and maybe today's daily Leetcode question, and maybe something else, something interesting, whatever, random, maybe some past tasks. So yesterday daily problem was longest harmonious sequence. Basically, what is harmonious sequence? It's a sequence. It's a so I need to find longest harmonious subsequence. It's a subsequence of numbers that differ exactly one. So the absolute difference is 1. So like 1 and 3 absolute difference is 2, so it's not harmonious. So 1 and 2, the difference between min and max gonna be 1, so it's harmonious. The same as 1, 2, 2, but not 1, 5, because the difference between 5 and 1 gonna be 4, and it's like not exactly 1. The same true is for 1, 1, 1. In this case, the minimum gonna be 1, the maximum gonna be 1, and whatever subsequence I select, the delta gonna be 0. So that's it. So the first idea I have, or like I had in my mind, is just to have this, the first two, that's starting to be annoying. So the first idea I had in my mind is to sort these numbers. And to sort these numbers, I need to do something like this: 1, 3, 2, 2, 5, 2, 3, 7. And then I sort it like something like this: 1, 2, 2, 2, and then 3, 5, 7, or like double threes: 3, 3, 5, 7. And then I'm gonna have a pointer, and then I'm gonna have min and max, and initially I'm gonna populate and the volume, max volume, and then min volume. And initially I'm gonna populate max, and then it's not exactly min and max, it's kind of previous and then current. So then it's the same, previous and then prev volume and then current volume. And then I'm gonna go like for the current, I'm gonna update 1, so pointer at 1, and the current volume gonna be 1. And then next I'm gonna move to 2, so I record if previous was recorded, and then previous was empty. So I explicitly set the previous equals 1, the first one minus 2, so previous gonna be previous volume gonna be 0, and the value gonna be minus 1. So the current, whenever I'm gonna find a new value different from current, I'm gonna compare previous and current. If the delta is equal to 1, then I need to update the max sequence. That's gonna be prev volume plus current volume. But because delta is greater than 1, I'm gonna move current to the previous. So previous gonna be 1, and previous volume gonna be 1, and the current volume gonna be 1, and the current gonna be equal to 2. And then I'm gonna move the pointer to the next one, so the current gonna be 2, current volume gonna be 2, and then I'm gonna move pointer again, current gonna be 2 again, the the same. When the same, just increment the volume. So here 3. So next one gonna be 3. 3 is different from 2, so we check if previous minus absolute delta between, if the delta between current and previous is equal to 1, then I'm gonna update the max sequence. It's gonna be current volume plus previous volume. So it's gonna be max sequence gonna be 4. And then I'm gonna move 2 to previous 2. Here I'm gonna be 3, here I'm gonna be 1, and here I'm gonna be 3. And then I repeat, like I move the pointer to the right, and then update the volume, and then I move the pointer to the right, and then again check if the delta is equal 1. It is. I need to update max sequences with higher, and it's higher 5. Here is greater than 4, so update max sequence is going to be 5. And then I move again 3 to the previous, and previous volume gonna be 2, and then current gonna be 5, and then current volume gonna be 1. And then I move the pointer to the 7, and then I check the delta between 5 and 3. It's equal to, is greater than 1, so I just update the current, update the previous without updating the max sequence. And here 1. And in the end, when I reach the end, I again check the current minus previous by model, and if it's equal 1, then I need to update the max sequence, check if I need to update. If not, I'm just gonna skip it. So the space complexity for this one gonna be, because I'm sorting, so I need to sort for this array, so the time complexity gonna be n log n, and the space, because I'm reusing the nums, so it should be like all of 1 if you don't count the nums like constant. So what I do next, I'll try to record this one, and then I'll go for int I equals 0 ILS. So first of all I need to sort nums, arrays sort nums, and then for I'm gonna have int pref num, or just pref equals nums 0 minus 2, and then int pref volume gonna be 0, and then int car equals nums 0, and then int car volume gonna be 1, and then for int I equals 1 I let the nums length plus plus, and then I need to check if nums I equals car, then I'm gonna just increment the car volume. Else if math amps pref minus car minus amps minus previous equal 1, I'm just gonna do, so if the delta is equal 1, I need to update the int max len equals 0, and then here I'm gonna be max len equals max len, and then car volume plus prev volume, and then I need to move current to the previous, car equals, so prev equals car, and then prev volume gonna be car volume, and then so here plus plus, else, so here if this condition is true, then I'm gonna do this one. Otherwise I'll do just car equals I car wall equals 1, and then I need to return max then, and then before returning I need to check if car volume minus previous volume, if this condition holds. Not car volume, with car minus previous equals 1 by module, then I'll do this update one more time, and then I'm gonna return no, not true. Where is the error? So I need to find the error here. Okay, let's trace it. What I am thinking about this one. So initially, if I go so the previous gonna be none, so I need first to sort this array. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 2, 2, and then 3, 3, 5, 7, and then I need to go current equals 1, car volume 1, max then equals 0, and then the pointer, so I is equal 1. So I check if nums I equals current, no. So nums I is equal to, so I go else. So current minus previous. I check if this is true. Okay, I need to move this one probably. Okay, so another idea I had in my mind. So this is clearly or n log n solution, but I want it to have like n log n time solution. But I want to try to do something better. So I want to, instead of recording this, I want to have hash map, something like hash map, integer, and then I'm gonna have map equals new hash map. And then I'm gonna always record the key. I'm gonna record the what? So let's assume we have this map, this sequence. Let's say we have it here. Oh no. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to save this in a hash map, and I wanna have the maximum saved. Like, so in case of 1, I'm gonna have let's say, so 1 can influence the pair that has like 0 and like 1, and it can also influence the pair that has like 1 and 2. And then so if I see 1, I should record I should record 1 as the maximum in the pair, and then gonna be 1, and then 2 also gonna be 1. And then I'm gonna have this for the 1 and 2. I'm gonna have the state. So state 1 0 gonna be min field. 1 state 1 gonna be max field, and then 2 gonna be min plus max field. So in this case, for 1, I'm gonna have state max field 1, and for 2 gonna be state 0 min field. And then I'm gonna go put the pointer to 2, and 2 can affect 2 pairs, like 2 3, and then 1 2. So it should be 3, and then here here 3 1, and then 3 gonna be state min field 0, and for the 2 here the state gonna be max field, but because like it's already min field, so the state changes to 2. And then I'm gonna move to 2, and then I'm gonna be change to 2, and then here gonna be 3, 3. Really? So it should be 4. Because 1 can be 1, 2, and then this one gonna be 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah, 4, and then this one gonna be 3. And then when I'm gonna have a 3 can be like in 4, and then gonna be 4 state 0, and then 3 can be in 3 to 3, and then gonna be 4, and state gonna be 2, so it min and max field. And then I'm gonna change 3, so it's gonna be 5, and then 2, and then 5, so gonna be 5 max field, and then 6 min field, and then gonna be 7 gonna be max field, and 8 gonna be min field. And then out of all these numbers, I want to select all the max sequence of pairs. So the max sequence of pairs that has like state 2 here. So state 2 has like this pair, this doesn't have this and this, but like this one has like higher number of values. So I'll go hash map frequency, and then hash map integer state equals a new hash map. So for int I equals 0, I let the num's length I plus plus, and then fq put nums I, fq get or default nums I, so int num equals nums I, and then here num, I'm gonna put num plus 1, and then I need to put a higher value plus 1. So first state put so I need first to figure out if we already have the value there. State put num, and then fq get state get or default -1 num is equal 1, then is equal 0, then 2, otherwise 1. If state get get a default, this one. Not equal -1. And I'm gonna plan to do the same for the num +1. Zero here. Get a default num +1. If not equal -1, state put if state get of default -1 equals 1, 2 otherwise 0. Okay, and then I need to go through the hash map and then figure out what the longest sequence. I can even get the int max seq equals 0, and then here if state get num is equal to, so here like I wanna get gonna max sequence num max sequence equals max fq get num, and do the same with the num +1. So if get num +1 equals 2, then max sequence is gonna be max sequence fq get num +2. Here gonna be max sequence here, and then return max sequence. Check it out. Let's check get or default. Oh, I can even skip this one. No, get a default 1. Let's see, get a default here also. -1. No? Why? So the output is 4 right now. Okay, that's interesting. So let's do the same as in the previous case. Let's trace it. So find LHS. So initially frequency equal empty hash map, state equals empty hash map, and then I start going through the nums. So FQ, I'm gonna put 1, 1, and then for the state, I'm gonna put state num 1, and then I'm gonna put FQ2. Okay, num plus 1 here, I forgot. Okay. So this is update for the max, and this update for dob, and this update for num plus 1. Okay, quite tricky case, I must accept. So let's print the hash map. Idiot. What has 7? Or int I equals int I in the key set. Gonna go system out. Print line I so gonna be I plus column and then fq.get I plus some space. So I'm gonna use this test case. So 2 is 7 times 2. Oh, I know, it's what? Why 2 is 7? So 2 here is able 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's also do plus state get I. So 7 is in what? In 0 state. I feel there is some error here. Why 2 7 is state 0? So it should be like 1 should change state to 0. Okay, so if it's already equals to if state get if it's not equal to so I want to state equals to be terminal. No, no, still no. No. This one should be removed. Not that good. Oh, not that good. But also the possible solution. Let's check what's the daily question today. So I should basically return the total number of possible original strings that a list might have intended to type. Can it be long? So I need to just have int total equals 1, and then for int I equals 1 I less than word length I plus plus, and let's say char previous equals word char at previous, no, char at 0, and then I need to check if say int counter equals 1, if let's say current gonna be just some modification of the previous, char previous gonna be char at I, and then if prev equals current. So this one should be current. Then counter plus else total multiplied by counter, then counter equals 0, and then I wanna return counter. And then previous in the end, previous equals current. So here should be 1 by 2 by 4. By 5 here, 1. Okay, so not, I need to subtract. No, it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna pause. Okay, so I continue solving this problem 4 hours later. So I thought that this is a multiplication problem, but actually because those letters can be kind of falsely doubled or tripled or quadrupled, like sticky keys only can be like for one set of letters. It means that instead of multiplying, I should just add counter. Total, so counter is actually 1, and then here can be 1 minus counter minus 1. Then something like this. No, still no. So here 1 plus 1 plus okay, if total 1. So why this one is 5, 4, like 4 in my case. So initially total 1, I go, okay, total plus equal. And then in the end I need to do count total. No. let's find something else to solve. How much time do I have? 51 minutes. Okay, let's solve this one. You're given an array of integers nums and an integer target. So num length is quite big, so like n squared will not help me. So it should be something different than n squared. Also, like sequencing with one element is still counts. 5, 6 won't count. 5, 7 won't count. 3, 6 will count. 3, 5, 6 okay will count, and 3, 6 will count. Okay. So the first thing that comes to my mind is to sort this. Are they already sorted? Yeah, first sort, and then oh, I cannot actually sort because I should I should keep the order. So sorting is not valid here because subsequences, so the order matters. If I sort, the order gonna be messed up. So I should somehow like so what doesn't change if the number is already, if a new number is already in a range, that means that all subsequences that were before can include it. If the number is out of the range between min and max, then it means it changes min plus max, and it means it might be out of the bounds. And if it's out of the bounds, that means that it shouldn't be included. So let's assume we have this one. Let's assume I have this array 3, 5, 6, 7, and then target 9, and this is nums. So all ideas I have right now in my mind are all of n squared. Like I go like have moving pointer going like left, and then I check all the subsequences like with this, or like that ends with that one. So like this when I move to 6, this, then actually this, and then this. So basically how it different than this one. So I either create a new one or continue existing. So either this or this or this. Actually this one also was here. So first of all, let's like first one gonna be just 3. The second one gonna be just 5 or 3, 5. The third one gonna be just 6, 5, 6, 3, 6, or 3, 5, 6. So I basically just either added alone, standalone, like this one, or just expand the previous cases. Like this case is included into this one, and this case is included into this one, and this case is included into this one. So linear, going like linear like this, left to right, is kind of O of n, but because I need to consider all the subcases, so it's going to be O of n squared. That's not acceptable in this case, because n is 10 to the power of 5, and 10 to the power of 5, and then total time complexity going to be O of n of 10 to the power of 10. So it's not acceptable. Yeah, I am out of time, so I'm gonna cut it. Yeah, we'll think as a home exercise about this problem.